Hi everyone. In this video, I want to talk to you about our build your own challenge capability that we have on AppSecEngineer enterprise accounts. Now, one of the things that you will see with AppSecEngineer is that we have several of our own challenges that we've built, and we continue to develop these challenges for our customers, especially on secure coding, AWS, Kubernetes, DevSecOps, and more. However, we realize that you have your own specific needs and requirements of challenges. So you might have specific stacks, specific frameworks, which require challenges that we don't have necessarily automatically out of the box. Which is why we built a very interesting feature called Build Your Own Challenge, where you can quite literally develop your own challenge to train your people based on specific things that you want them to be assessed on in terms of their testing and so on. The idea here is that you have the ability to completely handle and build out challenges in different languages, in different frameworks for different vulnerabilities. And you can use this to roll it out to your group of developers or to your teams or to across all teams within the organizations. Really, the sky is the limit. Now, let's get started and explain how this works. The way this works is that you can choose a programming language, framework, vulnerability, and so on. And from there, you can get started. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Now, let's say you want to train, you have a bunch of Java developers who are building a critical software product for your organization. Now, they're using, let's say, the Spring Boot framework, and they're using the Spring Boot framework, and you're concerned that they're not paying attention to certain types of vulnerabilities. We have several vulnerabilities here you can showcase. So let's say you have a lot of PII and you want them to identify instances of sensitive data exposure through logs. Right? So you can select the vulnerability, you can choose a difficulty level, you can choose whether they should fix the code or answer with text, right? Whether they can descriptively answer or fix the code. So I want them to fix the code. I can also give it a score, let's say 50, and I can generate the challenge. So just with these 4 or 5 different parameters, I am able to generate a customized code snippet that I can use as a challenge to roll out to my group of Java developers who can look at this, figure out that, okay, this may be the vulnerability, and they have to go ahead and actually fix this in a testing environment or in an assessment environment when they're given. So in this particular case, you will see that the vulnerability we chose was sensitive data exposure through logs, and you'll see that this function very clearly is logging passwords and stuff like that into the log files, which is obviously a problem. Now you'll see that automatically our AI, which is trained on thousands of our own vulnerable code bases, essentially has a bunch of hints. It says, consider what kind of information should be logged, think about access logs, and so on. And then it has a bunch of hints that the user can access when they're actually taking the test. And if you're happy with this, you can save the question. If not, you can always regenerate. So you can essentially save the question, and this gets saved as a challenge in your repository of challenges. Now, you can roll this out to your team, to a bunch of teams. So you'll see that I have a whole bunch of challenges here, and you'll see that I just created this, but I have other challenges in different languages, in different frameworks. So you'll see that I have a Python challenge, a Ruby challenge, a Go challenge, so on and so forth. I have several challenges, and I can roll out any of these challenges to anybody. And I can also filter by these challenges. So let's say I want to look at challenges that I have in Go. I probably don't, but let's look at Python. Let's say I have some saved challenges in Python. You'll see that there are a couple of saved challenges in Python. Now, this is something that you can roll out as part of an assessment or a tournament. So you can essentially create a tournament, and in that tournament, you can add these challenges. You can essentially create a tournament that says Java developer test for April 2025, right? So you can say that this is rolled out as a test for them, and it starts on April 1st, ends on April 30th. You can set a pass percentage of maybe 50%. Duration is a 60-minute exam. You can roll out whichever teams you want this to go to, or all teams if you want, really doesn't matter. And then once you submit, you will see that you can attach a whole bunch of challenges to this. So now I'm going to attach the challenges that I just created. So let's say I want to filter only my Java challenges. I can say that, okay, this is one challenge that I just created that I want to include in this tournament. another challenge, that SQL injection. Yes, I want to roll this out as well. And I can attach any number of these challenges to the tournament, and they're going to be given a score and so on. So you'll see that the challenge has been attached to the tournament, and on April 1st, the tournament is going to be sent out to all of the users who you have selected to be part of this particular tournament. So this is how you can use the AI build your own challenge. This is one of our most popular features. The customers have started using this extensively to train and to assess the skills of their people in tournament or as part of a course. Now, AI challenges are also embedded in courses. So in many of our courses, you'll see these challenges embedded. So let me show you how the challenge taking experience would be. So in this case, let's say that I have a insecure cryptography course, and I have a lab, and I have some videos, and I have also been given this particular challenge. So here, let's say I change this to 1 2 3 4 5 6, which is still not a fix. This is not a very good fix. Now if I can also get hints. You'll see that the hints are going to be given. Now if I submit the response, our AI evaluates the user's response, the user's actual fix, so that it actually evaluates the entire code, and based on that code and based on what it's been trained on, it evaluates whether the challenge has actually been solved or not. And if the challenge has been solved, it says yes, but if the challenge has not, it also gives an additional detailed explanation and say, yeah, you've done something with the secret key, but that does not really increase security, right? So that is something that we've done. So this is how you can use the build your own challenge feature with our AI engine. Thank you so much.